Hello, this is a recipe for how to make giant bubble mix. I've written my instructions here. As you can see, it says how to make giant bubble mix. First of all, when you're writing an instruction, you have to make a list of ingredients. So here are my ingredients. You, will, need. You will need 175 milliliters of original fairy liquid, 1 teaspoon of guar gum. I'll show you the guar gum later. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda, otherwise it will go very wrong. 3.5 litres of water, and warm water. I've got some warm water here. I need to measure it out using my measuring jug. And glycerol or glycerin, and I've got a bottle of here. So I'm going to look at the first instruction. With instructions, it's always in bossy language. It's not being polite, it's just telling you exactly what to do. So let's read it. 1. Mix the glycerol and guar gum into a slurry. It's quite hard to mix the guar gum with the water, so first of all we have to mix it with the glycerol. So I've got my teaspoon of glycerol and I've put it in a teacup, something nice and small, it doesn't have to be a teacup. I'm going to get the glycerol or glycerin and I'm going to cover it. It's about a tablespoonful, maybe a bit less, and then I mix it together. Actually going to have to add some more. And you can see that the powder of the guar gum has mixed together with the glycerol to make what we call a slurry, and that's what we want. So we've now got our slurry. I'm going to put that to one side. Let's look at our next instruction. It says to put the slurry in the water and blend it. Now, how much water did I need? It says 3.5 litres of warm water. Now I've got some warm water in here. I'm going to use my measuring jug. Each of these is, when it's full, it's ½ litre. So I'm going to need 7 litres, okay? And I'm just going to make sure it's full. That looks full. Pour it in. 1, count with me. 2. What's one more than 2? 3. What's one more than 3? 4. Now I've got 4 and I need 7. So how many more do I need? Get 4 in our heads and we're going to count on up to 7, showing a new finger every time we say a new number. What's one more than 4? 5, 6, 7. So I need 1, 2, 3 more jugs of water. One, which must be number 5. 2, number 6, and my last one. What's one more than 6? 7. Now, next I get my slurry and I'm going to pour it into the guar gum. I'm going to pour it into the water and I get all of it out. Don't want to leave any in there. Next is the fun bit, and you definitely need a grown-up to do that because we're going to be using a blender. Before I use the blender, I need to dry my hands because the blender has electricity, uses electricity, and you don't want wet hands when you're using electricity or you're going to get hurt. So I'm going to turn on my blender. I'm going to move this out of the way. Move this across here. And I'm going to blend the guar gum into the water. And I keep blending it until it's all mixed together. Done. Our next instruction. 3. Add the fairy liquid and stir it in. How much fairy liquid do I need? 175 millilitres. So I'm going to need a measuring jug for this. This is my measuring jug. And 175, this goes in hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 millilitres or half a litre. 175 is about here. So I'm going to pour my fairy liquid in now. The fairy liquid is a lot thicker than water. It's called viscous, so it's going to take longer to pour in. I'm going to squeeze it. See how slow it goes. That's 100. Have we got to 100 yet? Almost. 100. That's 150. And that is about 175 millilitres. Perfect. So next I need to pour the fairy liquid into the mix of the water and the guar gum. So I'll just move it over here. And I'm going to pour all the fairy liquid in. And then what I do is I stir the fairy liquid into the mixture very gently. After that, I need to get 1-2 teaspoons of baking powder and I sprinkle it on top. And then I mix the baking powder in. Not all of the baking powder will mix, and some of it will sink to the bottom. But that's fine. Now let's just check I've followed all the last instructions. Get my pointy stick to help me. Okay, 4. Add the baking powder and stir it in. We did that. What's that number? 5. Store in an airtight container away from the sun. Now, I could put a lid on this, or if I haven't got a lid, I could put cling film over it to cover it up. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 2 of these bottles, pour it in, put the lid on, keep it away from the sun, and this bubble mix will last for about a month. Next, I'm going to take it outside and try it out.